De Bello Gallico 546. Ah, Kaiser, man of action, ablative absolute clause, with the letters having been accepted, caricature around ablative place phrase or ablative time expression, the 11th hour of the day, partitive genitive, he sends a nuntium, a nuntium. This old text has a C where it should have a T, a messenger immediately. Man of action to Marcus Crassus, the quaestor, into the Belawaki, whose genitive relative adjective referring to Marcus Crassus, genitive possessive of whom the winter quarters were distant from him about how far? 25,000 of paces. So, in other words, about 25 miles. He orders, comes up first in the sentence, the legion, this is a complement clause of the infinitive type, to set out, ablative place phrase in the middle of the night, and to, part of the complement clause, to come quickly to him, Caesar that is. Crassus came out with the messengers, so he goes quick. He sends to Caius Fabius, the other legate, ut purpose clause, that, or pardon me, probably indirect command, that he lead his legion into the territories of the Atrebates, where relative, this is an adverb, where he was knowing that a journey to be made must be made by himself, indirect question clause. So Caesar's got lots of actions here. He sends to Labienus, he writes to Labienus, dative of reference, or if he might be able to do for the convenience for the state. In other words, a double dative, one a dative of reference, one a dative of interest. That he come, indirect question, probably indirect command here, that he come with a legion to the territories of the Nervii. Putat signals indirect statement clause. He thinks that the rest would be accusative subject phrase, the rest of the part of the army, the remaining part of the army, was not to be waited for. Supply an essay. So therefore, a man of action, because it was distant a little farther, ablative of comparison. He collects around 500 Knights, cavalry, out of the nearest winter quarters. So let's go back and review. So Caesar, man of action, shows himself to be decisive. As soon as he gets the message, he sends messengers himself immediately to his subordinates, pulling in Marcus Crassus, who was close by. He orders him to set out with the legion in the middle of the night. Wow, get up, boys, time to go fight. And to come quickly, statim to him. And of course, this is the result. Caesar came out, Crassus came out with the messengers. Crassus didn't send a messenger back. He said, let's go. I'll go with the mailman. Caesar also sends to Gaius Fabius, another legate, that he bring his legion into the territories of the Atrebates, where he knew a journey had to be made. In other words, dative of agency. Resultantly, from what we see from this, Caesar wants to come with his forces, the forces of a nearby legate, and on the journey there, he wants to have extra help. So he writes to Labienus if, now notice this is a subjunctive. It is, of course, a relative question, indirect question clause, but notice he puts it as a conditional. So if it's possible for the Republic, if it's possible, he wants him to come with his legion as well, but that part was not really... the remaining parts of the army who were in winter quarters wouldn't be expected because they were farther away. So he's calling upon his nearest troops and his nearest commanders. Plus, he collects around 500 cavalry out of the nearest winter quarters. Very cool. Caesar is on the march, and as the saying goes in the church, help is on the way.